on the up, it's very difficult to get back and pull and cut because it skids onto it. It's very like that, and players who practice in sort of Lahore and Karachi in Islam normally practice on the cement tracks, and it doesn't do wonders for your footwork, but it gives you that on the up driving ability.
4 singles in a row here. Now will Rousseau want to get something else from this over? Bowled, really well bowled. Samim Gul, what a good debut that has been. 4 overs, 1 for 20 from him. 4 overs to go here, 119 for 4. Nice technique that is. Always get your hands above the eye level if you can, like that. Get your hands above the eye level so you can see the ball coming into your hands.
Nice, Wilco. Very nice. Let him get below the eyes. You're in all sorts, aren't you?
Yeah, you do. You lose sight of the ball. Quetta Gladiators have the lowest dot ball percentage in the PSL, 35%. Been 29 balls since we've had a 6.
Well, Rosso's trying. That last one was out of the stadium. He just hasn't middled any. He really hasn't. The one that he did middle was saved, or it saved him from being caught because it burst through the hands, but just has not been able to get going. Maybe that pace on the ball, we saw that graph there, that'll help him.
Well, now this one will test the spectators. That's gone straight back over long off.
Yeah, pace on the ball surely did help him. Came on nicely and he just hit through the line. Played that front foot as we normally see players, but that's massive.
Yeah, it is massive. Yeah, he likes this, and it's that zone too, down the ground. If it's skidding on, if he gets the length, a little bit shorter than that, he might be thinking straight, but he'll drag it to the onside. He's such a dangerous player. You don't let him off the hook.
It's gone again. I'm not sure if he's got enough on this, though. It's towering, and he's gone. Sabir Rahman picks up his 2nd catch in this, his first PSL match, and Umaid gets his man.
Wanted to go downtown again, but this time the length was dragged back by Umaid Asif. Just hit it higher on the bat, nearing that bat label, rather than bang in the middle, and it's gone high, but not wrong. Nicely judged, easy as you like. Confident catch, and Peshawar Zalmi get another one. Important wicket. Gone for 37, 125 for 5.
Now Sarfraz has a very able partner in Mohammad Nawaz. This is the end of Rousseau.
Yeah, just banged it in a little shorter and hit Rousseau's bat a little higher.
Amazing, isn't it? That was a Sky ball, obviously, miss hit. It nearly got over the boundary rope. Just gives you an indication of the shortness of boundary. You only needed a little bit more on it, and that was 6. Now the fielder, he's nestled back. You've got to make sure you're right back on the rope. If you're on that boundary, you're not creeping in at all.
Yeah, good point. Stay there. Oh, that's jabbed. Haven't seen that shot tonight. Mohammad Nawaz, 25, not out in the last match against Islamabad. And what does our WinViz predictor say? Oh, Gladiators 2% in front, 51% if you reckon he's going to win this. That's the prediction.
And Umaid has just dragged his length back, which is better for bowling to Sarfraz and Nawaz. He's not pushing it up there because they can strike him down the ground. Protection on the leg side. We might see another one short of a length, or even the bouncer.
Sarfraz has been in there for 13 for 16, 128 for 5, 3 to go.
It's going to be a big 3 overs, isn't it? You've got 5 wickets in the bank. They'll keep going hard, Quetta. There's no doubt about it. They're on a launching pad of, say, 3 8s 24. You've got 150 plus there. You get a few more than that. You've got 160 plus. And they're going to be hard to chase down. It means that Zalmi have got to go, and they know they've got to go fairly quickly in that opening 6 overs.
Problem now, though, is that Riaz Wahab, that is, has bowled 2 overs. He's only conceded 6, and he's going to bowl 2 of the 3 remaining, you would think, because he's going to bowl this 18th. Darren Sammy off the field, knee injury. We don't know what it is. We can only speculate.
Yeah, I've heard you call yourself a doctor, though, before, from afar, Wilco. I've heard you. I saw you one night. You said, "Doctor."
Well, I have been mistaken for a doctor, and it was terribly mistaken.
No, I remember that. The stethoscope around your neck.
It was around my neck. Not tight enough. Right, now Wahab Riaz, wonderful exponent of bowling in the last overs, the death end.
Some big hitting today, big launches into the crowd, 7 6s. Water was really going. 3 in a row there against Asghar. But just in between those, Zalmi being able to drag it back.
Well, the average first innings score here at Sharjah is 155. And when we came here just a couple of nights ago, we saw that pitch and we said, oh gosh, this is a 190 pitch right here, but it's not. It's deceptive. See, look at that length.
Yeah, it's a good length. He's a very difficult bowler to get away. If he gets it wrong, he's got the pace you could use, but he's on it at the moment. He's bowling really well. Strong bowler, good pace. He's got some variation. The length needs to be varied as well. There's going to be a couple of batsmen who get this pitch and hit to the right zones. And we will see that 170 plus score. It's deserved of that. On a good batting day, when they get going on the pitch, or if the bowling's a bit off, you could go for 200.
Oh, what a sight that is for Wahab Riaz. Oh yes, groom that tash. The bandit strikes. It's a wonderful strike as well, and he just gives a nice little pat on the head to Sarfraz.
Quick and straight, and it was too quick for Sarfraz. A little wrist work right at the end from Wahab Riaz, and it's got the bails zinging. That's a brilliant delivery, brilliant pace, and that's why he's so good at the back end.
Sarfraz 17, 130 for 6. Anwar Ali is the new batsman for Quetta Gladiators. Wahab Riaz, what bowler he is at the death.
He's really tried to work across that one instead of maybe Ahmed was better off just giving himself a little bit of room on the onside to go over that really good scoring zone he's got to extra cover. He played one off the spinner where he gave himself that room, slapped it over extra cover, and it's a really good arc for him. I just wonder with the angle that Riaz gives you that you go that way.
Ooh, his arm has gone really low. What a difference his arm was. It was down at almost 45 degrees.
Yeah, he likes that. He likes getting the arm low to get the ball to tail back in at the back, sort of reverse swing back in. But it's the pace that does most batsmen, and he's been excellent in the death overs.
Yeah, it was a good ball too. Third man, you got a man deep point, full and wide.
Oh, wonderful. Extra set Yorker. Radar's on. 2 to go, 132 for 6.
Yeah, only 4 from it. Very difficult to get away and make that point, Wilco, that given that he's going to bowl a #1-2 to finish the innings, it really does trim that overall total that Quetta were hoping for. They had moments, particularly when Watson was going, where you thought they'd get that 160 plus, but that is on the button.
Now we saw a blistering 47 from 32 from Shane Watson, before he misjudged the left-arm spinner Khalid Usman. Riley Rousseau 37. KP never got going tonight. Sarfraz just gone for 17. Is this enough? No, it's not. Sabir Rahman takes his 3rd catch. The ball is finding the fielders, and that's the end of Nawaz.
Yeah, this is helping Zalmi, that's for sure. Wickets tumbling, the runs are now not flowing, and the run chase is looking a little easier. Toe of the bat. Again, it carries nearly all the way, but just not enough wood behind that one. Very comfortable in the deep. He's getting peppered. He's getting a lot of chances, that's for sure. It's 132 for 7.
Gone for the Yorker again. Even a low full toss like that is tough to get away.
It's almost like the innings come to a standstill. They're trying to clear the boundary, but it's not happening. Sometimes it's the top end of the bat, that one right on the toe, and Zalmi, they'll be very happy. Umaid Asif with a wicket, youngsters doing well.
And we're seeing yet another good spell by Umaid Asif. 2 for 17 now in 3.2, 4 for 23 the other evening. John Hastings, the new bat, didn't know an awful lot about that. Change up of pace as well.
Yeah, it was ill-directed though. You look, there's a 45 in the onside. He just had to spoon that, and that was away for 4. So just didn't come on, and instead of just trying to shovel it over, he's trying to control it.
Well, Slats, you would have seen enough of John Hastings. He's hit, I'm told, over 52 sixes he's got in T20 cricket.
Yeah, look at the size of him. He's
I know.
a big unit.
He is.
He can swing a blade, and he swings it in good fashion.
top score of 80 in T20 cricket. Ooh, well, that's not going far.
Gladiators need him to swing and swing quickly. But it's very difficult on this pitch to come in and get in sync with the pace and with the skid off the pitch straight away. So it's a big ask for somebody who's not really played a lot in Sharjah to come out swinging and connect straight away.
Anwar Ali on strike. Problem for Quetta, they got two new bats at the crease. They needed someone to drop anchor, carry the bat the way through. Should just be one it is. These are good tail end overs for Zalmi.
It's just been the theme of PSL. Team bats first, gets off to a fly, then stalls. Sometimes they sort of get a lot of runs in the first 10 overs and then they go nowhere. It's just not been that high finishing in the last 6 or last 5 overs going for 70 or 80. It's not been there.
22 balls since the last boundary.
Can't connect. 19 gone. 135 for 7.
In 3 swings now, Hastings has not connected. Smacked in the inside thigh, which never tickles. But 6 balls remain.
This is Wahab Riaz now to bowl the last over. He's bowled 3 very good overs, 1 for 10. So difficult to get away. Look at his economy rate in the death overs between 16 and 20, 7.3. Here we go, last over. No, that is fairly emphatic. I don't mean the ball, I mean the fact that he's trod on his stumps. And he was looking at the result where the ball had gone, but he has stood on his stumps.
You're not getting away with it these days, are you? Those lights, straight away you knew something had gone on. I mean, he's standing there wondering what's happened, but he has to have trodden on his stumps. He's got so far back. There it goes, the heel. And that's all it took. Oh dear. Just too deep. He's trodden on them. It's the heel swiveling, and there goes the lights. Oh, you're not getting away with it.
So hit wicket, bowled Wahab Riaz. He picks up his second. Anwar Ali's gone. It's 135 for 8. He's gone a long way back in his crease, and that's a long stride. He wouldn't have felt that. Clearly he didn't, because he thought he'd hit a 6. So a second wicket for Wahab Riaz, and the wickets have tumbled here for Quetta Gladiators. This is Hassan Khan now, the captain of the Pakistan under-19s in the recently concluded under-19 World Cup in New Zealand.
Well, he's hit it for 6 and he's trodden onto his stumps. I think you'll remember this. Was it Roy Fredericks?
Roy Fredericks, World Cup final, 75 or 79. Playing against Dennis Lilly, wasn't it? And he smashed Lilly into the stands for 6, but he just swiveled on his stumps.
It's bizarre, isn't it? You hardly see that once a season.
Well, he's swinging like a rusty gate here, John Hastings, and he hasn't connected with one.
No, we talk about his big hitting. He's there we go, there's the heel. And you can see the lights flashing. It was a glow. He's all right there, but it's when the heel comes up and swivels. And even though the momentum was forward, the heel kept coming back at the stump. He got hold of it as well.
You can't have the nickname Heels because that's gone, isn't it?
It's gone. It's gone, old Heels.
What do you think he should do here?
Well, I'd be going to the chiropractor tomorrow to get those facet joints knocked back into shape. Doctor, because that back of his, there's a bit of rotation going on. Come on, Big Hasto.
Danny Morrison said there'll be no wind here. He's fairly getting a lot of backswing and a lot of wind going.
Well, we are looking at the Battle of Hastings in Sharjah.
Yeah, it's unfortunately stalling, isn't it? His last 5 overs for Quetta have not been profitable at all. And Hastings just can't get hold of anything. There he goes. He's got that. Over the top it goes. Finally something. And it's come from him hitting the other side. He got a length to work with, though. But at least he started to think more down the ground.
And with Wahab's angle going away from you, you're better off hitting through the offside, staying with the shot. Much better, much more difficult trying to swing to leg with Wahab's angle across.
Yeah, it's a much better zone to try and go.
The substitute fielder was Ricky Vessels. Last ball. Tries to get the Yorker in. It will be one, and will they go back for a second? I think it would be ill-advised. So all that frenetic activity at the end means that Quetta Gladiators have finished their innings, and it's stalled and stuttered its way through the 20 overs, and Quetta make 141 for 8. Zalmi feel that they've done a good job there, and that was a very good debut for Salmin Gul. Wahab Riaz as reliable as ever. 4 overs, 2 for 16. Sir Vivian Richards in the Quetta Gladiators camp might feel that their side hasn't got enough here.
Oh, it's going to be a tight one. When you get 140, 141, you haven't quite got enough, but you can win with it. But it's coming down to the final over, isn't it? That's the sort of game that we've got on our hands.
And it could be, Slats, that Zalmi are a man short. If Sammy can't stand on that bad leg, they're a batsman short.
And they need 142 do Zalmi if they want to get up and take out match 10 of the HBL PSL Season 3. Crowd on a Thursday night is quite substantial because, of course, the Batans are in town, Zalmi. And they bowled pretty well there. You look at Sammy and Samim on debut, and Wahab, Umad got amongst the wickets there. Confirmation, there's 3 bowlers taking 2 apiece. Samim on debut got off the mark with a wicket, and so did Usman. Shane Watson was the standout for sure for Quetta. Plenty of power, plenty of timing, plenty of bullying from this powerful, strong Queenslander. From down under. 47 from 32. 5 maximums and just 1 along the carpet, which was that lovely straight drive back past the bowler. And Watson getting ready to maybe rip a few down with ball in hand. There's a big countryman alongside, Jono Hastings. He fought back well, having disappeared for 24 off his first last night. Came back well, came back strong to Hastings. Confirmation of the run rate required, fractionally over 7s. And they're 20 overs, easier said than done. So you get the thigh pads and get the strapping on, and oh, it's Watto, is it? Oh, okay. Getting the band on, holding the thigh and hammy together. the old man, Shane Watson. Only 37 years young, size. This is Anwar Ali, who's just clocked into the 30s. He's 30 years of age. Like that economy rate to come down a fraction, but when you bowl at the death or at the start, you can disappear. Kaman Akmal is going to get things underway with Tamim Iqbal. Both these two gentlemen do like to strike it clean and long early on. Ramiz alongside with Damien Fleming.
Hello, Danny. Yes, 7 and over. Why would you want to hit the attack out of the park? It's about partnerships, couple of good partnerships, and you should be home. And Tamim Iqbal has got the nerve to do that. Yeah, he's been heavily bandaged. He had fractured his thumb, I think, during the season, so it's just for precautionary reasons, but he's been asked to take it off. It's very colorful, this tape. What is it called, Tim? Do you know what the tape is called?
Coloured tape.
Colored. But yeah, I mean, I wanted to know the term. Actually, there's a term for this tape.
No, you are right, Ramiz. I'm just not sure of the terminology of that. Danny, you're the man.
Sticky.
Coloured sticky.
That's the one. Thank you, Flem. About to get underway. Alim Dar out in the middle with Tim Robinson. Cool and cool umpires standing out in the middle. Alim Dar and Tim Robinson. Anwar Ali. And we start with an extra. Reload this one. Anwar Ali. If you're streaming, watching it live in Pakistan, cricketgateway.pk, and the rest of the globe, international viewers, cricketgateway.com. Pepsi catch a crow for those live and here, ready to get one over the fence. It's more like it with line and length.
Thought he bowled really well last night, Anwar. Got a wicket early, Walton, his second over, but strong action. One of those athletic fast bowlers, very good in the field too. Chases them down, he's got good hands, good all-round package.
And he bowled 2 overs, Flem. So, you're right. Got the early breakthrough, 1 for 13 and 2. So did a job. High action, he tends to be there and thereabouts. That sort of line making you play.
Yeah, he used to swing the ball a lot when he started off. I remember it was one of the under-19 finals against India where he picked up 6 or 7 wickets. And he swung it a mile, and then somehow he's not been able to really recapture it. He's lost it for a few years now. Maybe he wants to add a bit of pace to his bowling. That could be the reason why he's lost the swing part of his bowling.
And the other one, Rambo, is playing this form of the game. He's lost this one here, but yeah, certainly Ben will tell us. A few cutters, changes of pace, cross seamers. There's a lot more variety these days.
Using the crease as well, coming wide of the crease, angling in, so you want to cramp the batsman, but when you get back to red ball cricket and you want to start swinging away, all of a sudden you've lost your wrist. Maybe your front arms falling away a little bit there, but interesting stat from the first innings. Economy rates, the half volley full length going for 7.8. That's short of a length 5 and over, and the short ball 4. So short of a length to the bouncer length looks like the way to go for the faster bowlers.
Oh, first runs off the blade. And there's 4 of them. Well struck, Tamim.
That's a gorgeous cover drive from Tamim Iqbal. He's an attractive player. So good when he's playing a cover drive. I'll have a look at it. A little bit of width. He wanted to swing it away from his blade because there's a slip in place. But the response was a beauty through the offside.
sweet, sweet sound off the blade. Slip is Watson. But Titan, there's no single there. Looking forward to Shabir, his countryman. Shabir to come in with those wonderful eyes.
And yesterday he got the ball to move early. He got a little bit of bounce, the odd one keeping a bit low, and that was the pathway of plumness, really. It was hitting middle stump.
Another gem, Flem. Stuff. Ahmad Akram on the right. Coach of Zalmi.
So it's a little bit different than a lot of the T20 pitches going along. Short of a length is normally the enemy of the faster bowlers, and we saw that in Dubai. But certainly here you can bang that short of a length because there is inconsistencies. Highest average speed, Mohamed Amir, and you can chuck in some swing bowling there, 137. Waya Reyes, we just saw him knock over the stumps, 136. Rayat Ali, he's going really well. He looked quick last night, Rayat. We were down there at the ground level. We just can't, doing some work.
Yeah, dangerous to get into those pads of any opening batter. First one done, it's 11 for none.
It's the wrong line. An easy shot for Kamran Akmal.
Kevin Peterson, feet up. Shane Watson is going to start with Anwar Ali. Strapping figure of Shane Watson. What's he got? Up against Tamim. Oh, there's a little bit of shape there too. Beats him on the inside here with Tamim. Keen to get to the dance floor.
Keen to get to the half volley. Shane Watson charging in. Tamim, geez, he went early as well, but good same. Just Gummings back in. Bit of a test for Sarfraz, the wicketkeeper.
Still feel there's no need for this. He is okay just being classical and original. Don't need to improvise. 7 and over, less than 7 and over to get. Just build a steady platform and take it from there.
Yeah, you wonder, Ramesh, you've been red hot on this through the tournament. You know, they're natural quick scorers. They're not going to get bogged down for too long. Guys like Iqbal and even Cameron Akmal down the other end. The more balls they face, they're going to strike it around 150, I reckon, when they get going.
I mean, the good ones change the method at times, and I think just have enough self-belief that, you know, even if you don't get those 4s and 6s early on in the first 6, but you're still out there and you can redo the momentum.
Yeah, more swing. Some nice stroke play from Akmal, but can't thread it through.
Shane Watson, a nice strong action. He had to change. He had a lot of stress fractures as a younger bowler. As a younger bowler for Tasmania, he was one of the fastest bowlers that I ever faced. He would have been well into the high 140s, long run up, but he had an action that put a lot of strain on his body. He restructured it. Pace went down a little bit, but he started to swing and seam the ball more in the air. A bit of that there, right in that avenue of apprehension, but with good seam. Let's have a look at it here. So he's pumping his arms, he's going towards the target, and he's nice and balanced at the takeoff step there. Once again towards the target, doesn't lose a lot of stability on the back foot. Nice high release. I reckon that's a good action.
Yeah, a good basic one, isn't it? And then you think of his release and that wrist, good and strong, and he's shaping it. He's got good presentation, and that's what he's trying to do. Nothing about cutters or using too much of the crease. Wants to keep it simple and just swing it.
Yeah, years ago, he used to take that bowling hand behind his head, and so he was side on with his feet, and then he'd get front on with his top half, putting a lot of stress on that back, and obviously the fractures.
It's a nice line too. This protection, they've changed the field. They wanted to have the sweeper out there. Cut that down. He's been around a while, isn't he? He's coming up 37, and he's useful numbers.
Yeah, I think if you looked at his career, he was a very handy test match cricketer, you know, average in the mid-30s and got handy wickets. But as a white ball cricketer, he was a superstar for Australia in one-day cricket and T20 cricket.
Yeah, I remember him, his innings in Bangladesh where he hit record number of sixes. I was doing commentary. That's a wide down the leg side. He's getting some swing. It's just that he's got to target it a bit better. And he hit some huge sixes. We're talking about, what, 15 sixes in that innings. It was in 2011. He scored 185 not against Bangladesh it was.
Yeah, at his best with the bat, he reminded me of Matthew Hayden. You know, that sort of intimidating, big build, hit the ball hard. But it's fair to say Haydos wasn't too good with the ball. After 2 overs, 14 for no loss.
Measured start. Tamim, Haman Akmal, boundary each. All very relaxed. Zalmi dressing room. Time for Rahat Ali. Cameron Akmal is in a hurry up against the new bowler.
That's the modern way of hitting the ball. Balance on the back foot, clearing the front leg, and just trusting the straightness of the pitch. There you see him just going a bit on the back foot and clearing the front leg, just staying inside the line of the ball. Look at where the front foot is, or the front leg is, away towards mid-on, and the ball went through cover.
Just two things there, a little bit of width and just slightly full, and you're going to go here, Sharjah Stadium. He's got it again. He's actually got away with a bit shorter, but it kept low, Danny.
Yeah, the players have mentioned it, just fractionally too paced. And then, of course, the variance and bounce has always been the issue here. It's the nature of the soil and the amount of cricket that's been played on this square in the last 32 years. And then you've got different heights of bowlers, of course. And throw all that into the mix. That can be quite challenging. It was 236 one internationals at this venue. Now, I've liked the look of Rahat Ali, particularly when he's got that rhythm right.
This is probably the ball of the tournament. Oh, unbelievable. Asif Ali was the batsman. Yeah, ball some sharp stuff as well, but that delivery to dismiss. Asif Ali is the batsman. Got castled by a beauty.
Fair to say that he's worked hard on his fitness. To me, he looks a bit stronger, and he's certainly bowling a lot quicker. And I've seen him in the past in this format. Oh, lucky Rahat Ali.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would know better, but I think he's finishing his action a lot better. Stronger through the crease, and is getting it to swing also. Maybe because he's playing his first HBL PSL, that's the reason why he wants to make a mark, and so he's all enthused about being in the news.
The short length ball is proving a threat here, but just with, you say he's finishing it off well, generally something's happening earlier on that helps with that. So I reckon he could probably pump his arms a little bit more, but the run up is generally going where he wants the ball to go. Let's have a look. The load up gets off that back foot quite quick, but that's the follow through. It's pretty complete now these days. It's side on. Let's just have a look at his back foot. He's pretty side on, not unlike Wasim Akram with that back foot. Oh, good clip. Excellent clip. You've got to be right with your line. That's the end of the over. After 3, it's 23 for no loss.
Fraction too straight, you get into that sort of zone for Tamim Iqbal, you disappear rather rapidly. So strong in that region. Bowler knows it. Fast ball, disappearing for 4. 119 required off 102 deliveries. So the original asking rate's pretty much where it should be. Zalmi off to a bit more of a flourish. Comparison, this has gone up. Who wants it? 2 players converging. Oh, and in the end, Green does the calling. The young fella from Australia gets underneath at the substitute. And there's the first one down here for Zalmi.
Yeah, Chris Green plays for the Sydney Thunder in Australia. He is an absolute gun fieldsman. So Akmal trying to go back over Shane Watson's head. It just moved a little bit, good seam. And Rahat Ali just at the last minute allows it for Chris Green, who's a dynamic fieldsman, good hands, gets across the ground very, very quickly. So not Cameron's night tonight. He's on his way, and it's 23 for 1.
Here's big Dwayne Smith, Bayesian, who doesn't muck around either, and that innings of 70-0 the other night in Dubai, getting him back into the groove.
I know it's not a nice way to welcome a batsman at the crease, but he's got most ducks in T20 cricket. 27 ducks to his name, gentlemen.
Duck hunting season, as they say. It is any time. And that is the zone, says Shane Watson. Delightful.
Yeah, look at this from Spider Camp. For a moment, we were worried about those 2 fielders colliding. And then Chris Green taking the catch. Akmal, yeah, just trying to go downtown from that angle. There was a late call to pull out too. But welcome to the Pakistan Super League, Crisco. Got your hands on it, took a very good catch.
Oh, wrist work from Smith. There's his first runs to go with his 71 when he was up against the Kings a few nights ago.
Silky touch from him. What a way to get off the mark. Yeah, just steady and then whack. Very wristy, delightful mid-wicket drive from him. Yeah, didn't lose his balance and shape.
Yeah, his slip was in place and he Yeah, he wanted to slip straight out to mid-wicket to allow him to bowl straighter. He doesn't want to give any width to Dwayne Smith.
Well played, yeah, respecting that. It is smart batting. Really picked off a boundary. Just take it easy. Here's the Uber race, looking forward to this one. Come on, son! Oh, he's got the spikes on. He must have the spikes on. Dennis the Menace! Oh, with the dive! Ruined the turf. Ground staff are gutted. Brilliant. Turf replacement, please. Oh, you wanted to hit that, Dwayne. Missed out. Oh, brilliant. There you go, Flem. This is how you finish. Not. Oh, the knees, and then look out. Oh, on the tum. Take the turf.
Yeah, it didn't help Darren Sammy, so you just got to be careful with the sliding here.
Oh, we would have had to order Uber to take him to the emergency. Commentators should have a new Uber event.
Quiet. Ramesh.
Okay.
4 done, it's 27 for 1.
Yeah, extra bit of pace from Watson. Still getting the ball to move around. Shane Watson. It hasn't been a bad spell. He's picked up a wicket now. Others must follow. Rahad went for plenty in his first over.
Yeah, it's a solitary match here. This is match 10. Double header tomorrow, Friday and Saturday. So 2 games tomorrow, Friday, and 2 on Saturday. Matches 11 and 12, and then 13 and 14 on Saturday. A useful enough start, just the loss of Cameron Akmal. Rahad Ali. Oh, and he's probing away as Rahad.
A couple of red-hot left-arm quicks in this game. Wayab Raz and Riyad Ali. Let's have a look here. Just see different load-ups with their bowling arm. Let's see where they land on their back foot. If they're horizontal, they're generally side-on. You can see that Riyad's very side-on. Wayab is more 3/4, semi in between, and they get through. And a slightly higher release from Riyad Ali. You can see it's more sidearm from Wayab, but you can see the explosion, particularly from Riaz, can't you? That he's slightly quicker.
There's a bit of a drag as well. You see, Rahat is not dragging his back foot, but Wahab Riaz does.
This chap here wasn't bad. Left arm over all round.
One of the reasons he does drag it is actually his feet aren't aligned. You can see how that back foot drops out, so he has to just drag a little bit to clear that hip to get that back leg through. So the danger area is always a concern for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been pulled out, I think, 2 or 3 times in Test cricket for running onto the danger area. But does it slacken his pace at all? That back foot drag?
Not really, because I'd imagine from side on he's got a bit of rock back as well. But if he was getting into trouble, what I'd get him to work on is just aligning his feet so they're straight in line, so you can actually get that back leg and hip through. And to push off that back leg, that's where a lot of quicks get their power from, with a strong front arm.
He's deceptively quick in terms of Rahad Ali. Very impressed. Some of the bounce, quickness through the crease.
Yeah, Rahat Ali's certainly the short ball. I'd be bowling it if I was him, because he bowls a good one and short of the length works here at Sharjah, but also works against Smith. When it's full, he'll score at 9.52. Mid-range should be 5.8, and the short ball 7.
Tamim. More hand off the blade. It's getting a little frustrating. Just sense it here. 3 dot balls out of 5.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch generally plays slow second time around, so you've got to make your own pace. You've got to time the ball better, and you'll see there's this increasing incentive for the bowlers to vary the pace. I think because it just doesn't have enough life, this track, that it just completely dies second time around. You see the crust looks dead. No grass. That's flown over his head, and it's not called a wide. It's 29 for 1.
Go on, it's like this.
Oh, come on.
29 for 1. 5 overs gone.
Hey, buddy.
That's good.
There we go,
Good
we're
on.
out.
Come on. That's it.
That's 4.
Right. Ooh, 1 bounce, 4. Well, Dwayne Smith coming in the number 3 position. He likes to open. He likes to get going from the get-go.
Yeah, he's dangerous, isn't he? He's a really dangerous player. He gets going most times as well. So if he can just now take some of the other bowlers on. Shane Watson was troubling. Rahat was troubling, and they've got through that phase.
Went for 24 the other last night in 1 over, John Hastings. So he should have an idea of where to pitch it on this pitch, Baz. Oh, smashed. Whoa, that's gone. That is the original Ravi Shastri tracer bullet right there.
Correct, and the ones with a little less space, Hastings not as spacey as Rahat, so power through the offside. It's short and it's just thrown everything at it. Very strong bottom-handed grip from Dwayne Smith, and so these flat patch shots come naturally to him.
Yeah, look, that wasn't a good delivery from Hastings. It was short enough, it was wide. You just throw your hands at that.
Better, isn't it? Better. You want to keep the batter guessing. Smith will murder you. He's so strong. If you're wide, if you give him width.
He's a good-looking player. He's got a pretty handy technique to go with these shots as well, Wilco. That one was just a feel, just trying to get it down to third man and get up the other end. But he's a good-looking player. But we keep saying, though, there's been batsmen get going, and it looks like they're going to go and get that really big score, but then they'll get out.
Yeah.
He's been one of them.
Absolutely he has. It's gone big here. Has he got enough? Yes, he has. 6 it is.
When you've got that sort of power, I don't know why he fiddles around with shots to third man. You can just go through the line. I've not seen this as much by many batsmen on this Sharjah track, just hitting through the line, and if he gets half of it like he did that time, it's gone.
It's my favourite shot I've seen here so far. Technical, extension of technique.
Oh, you can't put a man there for that. You can't defend against edges, but that's part and parcel of this format.
That's 18 off the over. You're talking about the Hastings over last night. That's 18 off the over with a ball to go. There's 1 dot ball in it. Cross seam, most of them as well. He's not got the seam up. A genuine outside edge, but third man had just gone up into the ring.
But if you think of what we saw from Wahab Riaz when he bowled at the end, he bowled Yorker, 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 Yorker. These have been length balls and they've been going, disappearing. Oh, he's gone for everything. 6 gone, the power play's done, it's 47 for 1.
To 40, 45 is exceptional. Any more than that, you're flying. I've seen that a couple of times, but then wickets can slow it down. And that last shot he played, he actually tried to rip it to the onside rather than the 6 down the ground, but it's massive over. Massive over.
Slats, you were talking about number of batsmen getting in and, you know, just possibly getting to a 40 or a 50. This is match 10, and we've had 8 50s. That's all we've had is 8 half-centuries in 10 matches. Not just 20 innings, isn't it? So,
yeah.
you know, we've had players that get a lot of starts and they've not taken it on. Today, Shane Watson.
Well, trickled over 50.
Yeah.
It's not like we've seen a 60-odd, which is probably the highest score so far. Shane Watson, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then nothing beyond that. We will see something beyond that, and I'm sure we'll see a couple of hundreds by the end of it. But it's going to take some batting to get there.
4 overs, 20 dot balls, 2 for 4 in one match in Dubai. This fella, Mohammad Nawaz. And that's beaten Sarfraz. That's going to go down for 4, and it's wide.
Yeah, poor start. Wilco just talking him up with that terrific spell in Dubai. This time just down the leg side, maybe even a more wide.
Yeah, the 50 up. It's come up quickly too. Run rate required from here, 6.5, just under.
That truck arrived quicker than our taxi to the ground tonight.
Well, yes, by about an hour and 55.
Oh, it's wonderful here, isn't it? I mean, it really is. It's just great view. We are at sort of straightest mid-wicket over long on. Anwar Ali's right here, right in front of us, right here. That's just Anwar Ali right here at long on.
Or there?
Yeah, long off actually, because it's Tamim Iqbal who's on strike.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he's at long off, right here in front, and he's not standing in front of us, so he's doing a great job. Oh,
it's the one now. It was to a 45 who actually came a little finer than that.
You two are top order bats. Would you be tempted with these short boundaries when you get the spinner comes on? Would you be tempted by these short boundaries?
Yeah, it can be a trap though, the short boundary. You start to eye them up and you take on shots that mightn't be to the ball that you get, but you also know if you go into a strong zone, if you get the length, your slight miss hit can still fly.
Yeah.
And I think that once you get that first one away, you're confident you can keep going and hitting it long enough.
But it's almost the case here where Tamim could actually bat through the innings, just play that anchor role.
Oh, he's knocked him over. Brilliantly bowled, Mohammad Nawaz. This guy gets better every game, and he's knocked over the doctor. He's got to take his medicine.
I was just going to say that Smith was going to be the aggressor, but that's all over because that arm ball just skidded back in, went on with the arm, kissed the pad and smashed into the stumps. Nawaz is on again. Not quite clean ball, but he'll do the job. Viv is off.
Oh, I love seeing that.
So is Smith. He's off as well, out for 23, 53 for 2.
New batsman is the man they call the professor. But he's going to have to work things out here to work in tandem with Tamim. It's Mohammed Hafiz, strike rate of 110 in the PSL, 350s and 330s in his HBL PSL career. A more classical approach to batting that he brings to the short format.
Yeah, and the classical approach now with some sort of control is all they need. 89 from 81. If you've sized up the game situation, you're getting yourself going and you're just working to that runner ball, and you will get the ball to put away in that. And then once you get closer to that target, you'll see all sides up the ante towards the end, and they'll win with 2 overs, 3 overs to spare, like Quetta did last night. But just sensible batting from here.
It's not going to be a lot of spin, but that one was the arm ball. It actually curled back in and came back into Dwayne Smith. Kissed the bat, hit the stumps, but he played all around it. He didn't know. He didn't pick the arm ball at all. But Viv picked out a lot of high fives.
He does that every wicket, Viv. Every wicket he's high-fiving with every member of the team.
He feels the emotion.
He sits outside here all the time.
Yeah.
He's absolutely brilliant. What a mentor.
Hasn't got a suit on.
Hasn't got a suit on.
There are a lot of, I reckon there are a lot of sore hands in that dugout as well, because he's a strong boy.
And he was going along with the high fives, and only West Indies can do the high five like Viv. And he's going boom, boom, boom. Oh, he's so good.
Right, now Tamim, 12 he's got to his name. He's used up 17 deliveries for his 12, 2 fours in there. Oh, is that close? Is that close? Nawaz likes it. Now then, what about this? Now, son, be honest with me. Tell me. Yes, they're going up.
Here we go.
I have a feeling it might have pitched outside leg, just a tad outside.
Just looking at those pictures, Nawaz wanted it straight away. Sarfraz was like, oh, I don't really, but okay. Persuaded by Nawaz.
Well, it's not turning too much, is it? If it lines up, it might be going straight on, but it is. Where it pitched. You're not playing for spin today. It's skidding on. I'll tell you what.
Ooh. It's where it's pitched, because that looks like it's hitting.
Borderline.
Is there an edge? This is ultra edge. It'll tell us if it's hit the bat. No, it hasn't. It's clean past the bat.
Umpire's call.
And you can just see Viv right there. He wants it out. He's just signaling out.
It's pitched outside. It's pitched outside.
Just.
Yes. Tim, it's pitch outside leg. Stay with your decision, not out. Stay with your decision, not out.
Alan Wilkins, 101% again.
I'm on a roll. 7 gone, 54 for 2.
Yes.
Hassan Khan is the other left-arm spinner in the side. Played in the final last March in Lahore. Now then, this was the shout. The bowler, Nawaz, said, this is, I'm going for this. Sarfraz appeals, and he goes up to his bowler here, and he wants the truth. Now then, son, tell me the truth. Is that out? Come on.
They got very close, didn't they? Yeah, pitches outside, so correct call. See, Viv, what's he on about?
Down he goes, down the pitch. Is there enough on this? I don't know. Yes, it is. Checkas. six it is.
Well, he's subdued in this innings, hasn't he, to me, man? This is a real show of aggression. But again, through the line of the ball. You're not playing for spin, and that was what Smith, that was the problem he had. He played outside the line, playing for a little bit of turn, and it's going to keep skidding on.
And again, we saw that it wasn't completely middle, so even a 70% hit is going to carry. Look, bad twists in the hand. It's not completely out of the screws, but it's enough.
Tamim with that six has increased his strike rate to 95. It was meandering down at 70. So it's been a hard working innings for Tamim. Tournament sixes, we've hit the 100.
It's extraordinary, isn't it, how many sixes are hit? 100 sixes. How many by the end?
Sure.
350?
It's getting on there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's incredible. The ability of these guys to hit sixes now. We're going to see a lot here, aren't we?
Yeah.
Guys getting going.
The run rate is healthy. The run rate is in excess of 8, and the required run rate is below 6.5. So they're well in control of this, Zalmi. And we don't know whether Darren Sammy is fit to bat. Went off the field with a knee injury. Single off the last ball. 11 from that over, 8 gone, 65 for 2.
I sort of think, if required, he'll bat. He's that sort of cricketer, isn't he? Even if he's hopping out there, he'll have it completely bandaged, compressed. We don't know what the injury is, but it's something that's grabbing him. And he's obviously played with it for a while, but it's whether something just gets knocked out of the joint, gets knocked out or something, and he's just got to get it back in there, or whether it is cartilage.
Tamim Iqbal holding Zalmi together here, 20 not out. Tamim Iqbal, the Bangladesh opener here, looking good, just picking up the pace of his innings now. Hafiz on strike.
Tell you what, Hafiz really likes this guy. He's played a lot in Sharjah, but he got 150 in the second innings of a test match there in England. Pepsi catch a crore. Tamim Iqbal, the way he's going, he might get it. But he got 150 in the second innings, and that one Pakistan thing, I think that's probably the best Pakistani test innings in recent times. Also against Sri Lanka in a 5-day ODI series, he got about 300, so he really likes batting in Sharjah.
Well, it's a sound technique, isn't it? It's a wonderful technique. The head and shoulders move for $1 million.
Yeah, they get into it, don't they?
Do you think I'd do that for $1 million?
Wow.
See the different line he's bowling to Tamim Iqbal, Nawaz. He doesn't want to give him anything so he can use his arms. He's tucking him up into his pads here.
Isn't it different here, though? In Dubai, once that pitch got second day old, the ball started to really grip.
Yes.
There's no turn here. Just keep skidding on line.
Hafiz down the pitch.
It's a really different way, as we look at the selfie moment, Opo. A really different way to play spin when you're playing a line rather than just a bit outside of it. If you think it's turning, a leggy, playing a little bit outside, unless you pick a googly. But like when you face Kumbale.
Yeah. Tamim Iqbal, and Sarfraz misses the chance. The ball did keep a bit low, but the chance is gone.
Nawaz has seen him coming. He's just slowed it up ever so slightly, and it's gripped just that bit inside edge. That's a very difficult catch.
You
There we
can't
go.
blame Sarfraz, can
Well, there
you?
goes my theory about it not turning at all, but it was the pace, wasn't it? It was good.
Yeah, can't blame
Slow
Sarfraz
bowling.
there. Yeah. Inside edge deceived Sarfraz. It's a great contest, isn't it? The young spinner Nawaz against Pakistan's captain. 69 for 2, 9 gone.
And the good thing about that delivery, as soon as you get one slowed up and just gripping it slightly, and a mishap in the stroke play, you're sowing a different seed of doubt.
Gee, Pakistan have got some good left arm spinners. You've got some good left arm pace bowlers. The cupboard is full. Goodness, what some England selectors would do for some of these Pakistan left arm spinners.
Yeah.
You got bags of them every.
What are you on about? Samit Patel, left arm spinner.
Well, he's here. He's with Islamabad.
But Slash, just the last over, you talked about playing spin. It's the illusion of spin that gets you out, isn't it?
Completely.
Sort of the non-spinning delivery.
Absolutely. But it's a, you know, and as I say, you only have to get one to go, and it sows a seed of doubt that it can go, but it's all about the pace. And if you're willing to really slow it up on a pitch like that, you might get a bit of grip. But anything that's pushed through is just going on with the line. We're seeing a lot of skiddy deliveries get wickets. Shane Watson getting out, coming back, stayed low, skidded, bowled.
It's been 22 deliveries since we've had a 4. And 12 since we've had a 6. So Zalmi have just squeezed Quetta here, and they've got amongst them 2 wickets down. Smith got a start. Akmal got a start. This equation of runs and balls is beginning to change. 72 needed from 64.
I reckon this is a consistent phase of our T20s that we're witnessing. Around 10 overs, 13 overs, things start to shift a little bit for the fielding side. There can be a couple of wickets fall, but the run rate has tended to slow down. It's a little bit in sync with what's been happening so far.
Just one off the bat in this over, and a leg by, and 2 dot balls here from Amar Ali. And that's a terrific shot from Mohammad Hafiz. He took him on, the bowler, and he's crashed it through extra.
Yeah, it's a classy shot. He comes down the track, but he hits it through the line, through the offside. He's balanced enough to be hitting at easily past mid-off. Whenever Hafiz scores runs, he always makes them look easy. He never scores ugly runs. He's a classy player.
Just felt that Hafiz wanted to do something there with 2 consecutive dot balls. And that's a good riposte by the bowler as well, by Amar Ali. Good thinking bowler, Amar Ali. He's a good cricketer.
Yeah, he is. It was just shortening him up, that skiddy delivery again, but Hafiz has got a really good technique on him. HBL box just behind us.
Just
over
right
our
here.
right shoulder, we can hear them. They make it very hard. They're very noisy. But we like the noise. Keep it going up there.
There they are, right there.
Yeah, look. Louder. Louder.
Come on.
Come on.
Don't stop there.
Don't stop. Come on.
That's it. Come on.
Come on.
More. Come on.
There he
That's
goes.
it. Ooh, well bowled as well. Last ball of oh, it's a wide.
Look at the influence you have over people, Wilco.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Now then, that's a wide, and it's an extra ball. And how often have we seen the extra ball being punished? The bowler being punished. So now Hafiz has got a second bite of the cherry here. Well bowled, really well bowled. Good over. 10 gone. Zalmi 76 for 2.
Partnership building here, 23 off 21 deliveries. Run rate, not too bad. And we'll throw down to Zainab.
Long live Pakistan. I've got here with me Chris Jordan. Chris, tell us a little about your experience in terms of you were one of the first few people to be there in Lahore for that finals. How was that?
No, it was a brilliant experience actually. From the time we landed in the country, we were treated like basically royalty, you know. We were very well looked after, and yeah, obviously we couldn't wait to get going with the game. And once the game started, all the fans in Pakistan were amazing. They cheered from the first ball to the last, and no, it was a really good experience for me.
Talking about this match, Dwayne Smith seems to have set it up nicely for you guys.
Yeah, no, Smithy got us off to a flyer there just now. So hopefully with that momentum we can bring the game home now. They're just starting to drag it back a little bit, but hopefully this partnership can go a little bit deeper, and we can get our second win on the board.
How do you think that this PSL has been different to last year?
Well, firstly, there's an extra team. So with that extra team, obviously the quality does go up. And you've seen in Dubai so far, the quality, I think, of fast bowling in particular has been very, very high, and they've really restricted teams to some very low scores. So hopefully that can change a little bit in Sharjah, but now we'll see how it goes. The competition has been very good so far.
What have you been up to during your off days? All work, no play?
No, a little bit of play. Now you have to enjoy yourself. It's always good playing T20 cricket. You do have to rest and stuff in between, but now I've been out and about having a few dinners and stuff like that, so now I've had a good time.
Sammy seems to keep everybody motivated out there.
Now, Darren is a very good leader. As you can see, he's very, very animated in the field and very passionate, actually, I should say. Unfortunately, he picked up a little injury tonight. Hopefully it's not too serious, and we can have him back sooner rather than later.
Is he going to be batting right now, considering he was struggling earlier on a bit?
Well, hopefully it's not required. Hopefully, as I said, these two can bring the game home for us. But if required, I'm sure that he'll want to go out there and finish it for his team.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, Chris, and have fun.
Cheers, thank you. Nice to speak to you.
Zainab having a great chat to Chris Jordan. Seems like a very good bloke, and he's a fine cricketer. And we've got a good contest going on here. John Hastings, the big Australian all-rounder, getting a bit of tap in his first overs in the last couple of nights. He's had to fight it back. Fought back well last night. He's going to have to do the same job here. Oh, there's a bit of inconsistent bounce there, guys.
Yeah, you're better off hitting the ball straight down the ground. Just tapping that area, that good length spot from where the ball scooted along. But this is potentially a very threatening partnership for the opponents. Both extremely experienced, and we know that both have got the ability to raise the bar and to amp the scoring rate when it is required. Zalmi, the favourites at this stage.
Slow ball from Hastings, it works. Dot ball to finish the 11th over at 78 for 2. Tamim been there since the start, 23. Hafiz looks very, very confident on 12. fair bit of batting to come. We're not sure about Darren Sammy with his knee, whether he'll be able to bat. But this partnership going nicely for Zalmi at this stage. Rahat Ali gets the ball in hand. He's been economical again tonight. Done for 11 off 2 overs, 7 dot balls. That sort of length won't get hit for boundaries.
Still has quite a few options. Nawaz can come back for a couple, but he's gone for Rahat Ali. He's been great bowling form, and they'll be looking for him to strike here. They need a wicket and just go bang bang and claw their way back into the game, because right now it just seems a little comfortable for Peshawar.
They're pushing for 2. It'll just be a single.
No heroics needed. Singles would do very nicely to build up pressure on the opposition. 7.15 is the required run rate, so not an alarming situation at all for the Zalmis. If they keep their cool, keep their head, I think they should be over the line without much problem. In Pakistan, watch the game. And for international viewers, that's the way to go, cricketgateway.com.
It's good batting. If he'd just played with a straight bat, that would have been a dot ball, but he just manipulated his wrist, worked it into the gap and got himself a single.
Yeah, just got to get the fielders in, because right now, well, he's taking a selfie, but right now I think the mood seems to be just rotate the strike and play risk-free cricket. Required run rate 7.18 in T20 terms. Shouldn't be tough.
8 wickets in hand too. We went a bit fuller and he'll pay for that. The line a little bit on leg stump. Hafiz just playing that beautiful, delicate leg glance and picking himself up a boundary.
Just a few singles, and the one that goes on that leg stump is tucked away. Hafiz looking good, looking very much in control. And this partnership looks in control as well. They've got the feel for the wicket and looking good for Peshawar.
Showing them the way, how to land a win. But margin of errors are minimal. Is batting well, Hafiz. That's good common sense cricket. After a very good momentum, and they're carrying a good momentum forward, this partnership, 33 from 32. Hoga saaf Pakistan. Milke lagayenge jaan to hoga saaf Pakistan. That is the shout out for all Pakistanis.
No risk over, and Hafiz and Tamim have already got 8 runs, comfortably above the required rate. Bouncer, and it's hit very, very hard for Tamim. That hard that it'll be a boundary. Big over for Zalmi, 12 off, and it's 90 for 2.
Yeah, he's a very fine player, improved in the last 3-4 years. He can take on any opposition, Tamim Iqbal, and showing fair bit of class. And those various lengths or varied lengths from the left armour, they're indicating that they're desperate for a wicket. Yorker length, then a bouncer length. It's been a very good partnership, a very intelligent partnership. 37 between Hafiz and Tamim.
Hastings, like he tried another leg cutter there. He finished the last over and got a dot ball from it.
Hafiz really likes this ground. A batsman who likes playing in Sharjah, and probably his style of batting works in Sharjah. In the PSL in Dubai, he averages 17.3 with a strike rate of 89. In Sharjah, averages 35 with a strike rate of 145. And you add to that the centuries it made in international cricket here, I probably think this is his favorite ground, hands down.
I reckon those stats might back that up there, Baz. Very good. Oh, you just, as soon as it looks like it's going down there, you think it's going to be clipped for 4.
They're not supposed to sit on those seats. That's for the owners.
Well, some of us have got to work, haven't we, boys? So we'll make sure we've calling all the cricket action to come.
And here we are standing up, working hard. There you see. This life is so unfair.
I feel like Danny Morrison with you two standing up. Yeah, actually, it does put a bit of pressure on the neck looking up all the time.
That's probably the only way you can feel like Danny Morrison. Don't know what goes inside that head.
Well, the cameraman doing some great work here. John Hastings, he's never looked so small. He's charging in, he's mixing it up, isn't he? He's hitting the deck with the odd leg cutter. And the odd bouncer. Not called. That's fine.
1 for the over. I think Hafiz looked at the leg umpire and got a good call from the leg umpire. Just made him realize that it was extra bit of bounce, and so I think the leg umpire nudged the on-field umpire for 1 for the over. There you see him just inviting that decision from the leg umpire, which was read to the on-field umpire. Well done, Hafiz. What a professional you are.
Oh, advancing, cramping in for room. Well bowled from Hastings. I think, Baz, with the way the ball's coming through, I'd be, if quicker bowlers, I'd bowl a bouncer over.
Yeah, very much so. Skidding through. We've seen the short over length and the short ball working really well. It's also a wicket taking option. Right now it's not swinging, it's not really tailing, no reverse swing, so that's a wicket taking option for the faster men.
6.84. If a couple of wickets fall at this stage, it'll make an interesting contest. I think then we'll have a contest.
Ramiz, I don't think it'll be the easiest one to start on. You know, if you lose a wicket, you ring the field up a little bit to put the pressure on the incoming batsman. But you'll be able to get a fair few dots. You just got to get that first wicket. Well played again. So another good over from Hastings. After 13, it's 94 for 2. Top-notch match this tomorrow. Multan versus Karachi Kings. Match 11 tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. And Multan versus Karachi Kings tomorrow. This will be a sensational game. Both going very, very well. Multan coming into the competition in the 3rd season. Good account of themselves. 3:30 tomorrow here at the Sharjah Stadium. And the Head and Shoulders move for $1 million. Everyone's been doing this. A chance to win some money. Competition. Watson gets the ball in hand. He goes short of a length and another single.
It's not working like this. You've got to get the fielders in, get a spinner on, do something different. They need wickets. 47 or 41 with 8 wickets in the tank. is supposed to win this. Right, 2 matches tomorrow. Evening game, Qalandars versus the United. A lot of focus on Qalandars. The Lahoris want them to win desperately.
Oh, he went early with that. He didn't get a run. That's a pretty good shot for no run.
Well, went down very, very early, sort of almost rehearsed the shot first. Zaire Abbas, would have loved batting here on this strip.
Yeah, I remember watching him as a kid in Australia. Played World Series cricket as well. Real wristy, classy batsman. Winviz Zalmi, 69%. Partnership, 42 or 41. That's what's keeps heading him to that favouritism. Third man inside the circle now. Maybe he's going to try and hit splice, top of off stump, at a dot ball. Oh, he goes to the leg side, it's chipped. It will be one bounce. Not a big boundary out there. For a moment he might have thought that he was in trouble.
Yeah, you've got to put pressure on Hafiz to get his wicket, because right now he'll be chipping deliveries like that, just managing a decent rotation of strike and nothing more than that, and they're quite happy doing it. Partnership now just 7 away from 50 mark, and it needed just one solid effort between 2 batsmen to win this, and so we're seeing this happening now.
Just on that, this Sharjah having such a great history for Pakistani players. Ramiz bhai would be able to tell us more, but lots of Pakistani batsmen would love to bat here. Likes of Saeed Anwar, likes of even sort of players like Basit Ali come here and make mockery of the bowling attack. Is it still the same strip?
It looks the same, but somehow the ball never arrives, it seems. The curator clearly is definitely the same fella. Mohammad Jamil has been offering such surfaces now for good 30 years or so. But I remember it used to have a lot of sheen and not so many mosaic-like cracks.
It didn't seem to scuff up as much. You know, that's what I've noticed in the last couple of days.
You would have played here as well then.
Yeah, we had 2 tournaments here, and it was batsman friendly.
Yeah, always has been, but surprisingly it has been low-scoring affair, even though the boundaries have been in. Just doesn't have enough strength in it to offer any good balls to hit or on consistent basis. At 98 for 2.
Partnership continues. Hafiz and Tamim, 45 at a runner ball. Anwar gets the ball in hand. Generally got the ball to move a little bit in the first over. Slower ball hit straight back over his head. It's a monster. It's a maximum.
I think it's caught as well. Pepsi Catcher Karor candidate. Yeah, he joins the queue as 100 comes up for the Zalmi with a blistering straight 6. Cross seam delivery, didn't have any pace at all, and in the slot for Hafiz to drill it down the ground. That was well caught with both hands. Well done, sir.
Funny happening there, 100 up, 50 partnership, crowd catch. See there, Afiz has been the dominant partner, 27. Tamim, who's been there from ball one, 21. The run rate had just gone up to 7.3 as well. That's the man on screen who took the catch. Probably a handy cricketer as well, by the way he took that. Bit of a change of pace. So some records you like to have. You talked about a lot of records, batting records here, Baz, but unwanted ones. The most sixes hit in Pakistan Super League. Anwar Ali, that was the 29th six that he's been hit for, the most. Second, Muhammad Asghar, 26.
No way a bowler wants to hear that, and it's great that Fleming does the job for that. It's not the batsman who's saying that.
It must have a sobering effect on him. But I'm just wondering why he's been hit for so many sixes. Maybe it's a change of pace that's gone haywire at times.
It's those bats and the pitches, and the one thing you do notice coming, I haven't been here since the 1998 tournament, you know, just with the boundary in so far. Used to be very much close to the fence, but that's probably about 15 metres less that you have to hit a six. Great crowd in tonight. There's that short ball. It is a weapon. Dot ball, a potential wicket as well, with square leg and fine leg out on the fence.
I think it appears to be a strategy from the skipper, Sarfraz, to not involve spinners now. I think he's far too certain that medium pacers will yield the result, the desired effect. Well, it hasn't happened. Partnership of 53 appears to be taking this game away from the grasp of Sarfraz. You feel adjustments been made now. Fine leg, third man, both been recalled in their circle. Long off takes position. Straightish mid-wicket is employed as well.
Pretty good over besides that six, actually. He's fought back well here, Anwar. That wasn't a massive over. 9 off after 15 overs. Zalmi 107 for 2. And it's the Glutlow
Runs from flowing. The Zalmi are just pushing it around. They need 35 from 30 remaining. And John Hastings has got the ball in hand. He's ended up bowling 3 overs for 23. Having gone for 18 off his first. Alongside me, Danny Morrison and Wilco. We're outside, boys. We're pulling in the atmosphere here once again. Love being down here, and we'll finish the game from here.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Al.
Yeah, and I reckon Zalmi will finish the game from here as well. Hafiz has played a great role here, hasn't he? Hafiz has just created some stability.
Oh, edge taken, yes, there's the wicket. The strategic timeout has worked. Maybe they said, get the leading edge and we'll catch it at point.
Oh, it always happens. How spooky is this? Again, another strategic timeout gets a wicket straight away after the break. And it's the Professor, Mohammad Hafiz, who was set and trying to kick on here. And he's got to go to that man, the big bald Aussie, Jono Hastings, has got another one. Here's Mohammad Hafiz for 29. It's 107 for 3.
Well, has it got a little bit tighter here for Zalmi? They were in control. It's got us up on our seats here.
We're on the edge of them.
Well, we're on the edge of our
Have to be.
seats. Because all
Come
of a
on,
sudden
Danny.
the game has shifted. And there's a bit of a hush as things continue, and Hastings has pulled it back. Pulled it back nicely. That's not a good delivery though, as it's worked beautifully down to fine leg, and they'll come back for two.
Shabir's in because of this.
Yeah, what did I say? He's added a nice measure of stability, and he's out the next ball. Zainab, over to you.
पेप्सी कैच करोड़ के विनर तारिक शाह यहाँ पे मौजूद है। तारिक, जिस तरह आपने कैच लिया था बड़े कंफर्टेबली, लग रहा था कि आप खुद भी क्रिकेट खेलते हैं?
जी, मतलब छुट्टी में खेलता हूँ और क्या कहते हैं, पार्ट टाइम जॉब करता हूँ, इसके अलावा मैं खेलता भी हूँ। यूई से भी मैंने कैम्प वगैरह किया हुआ है, और पार्ट टाइम में जो हमारा मतलब फ्राइडे को छुट्टी होती है तो उसमें हम मतलब दोस्त वगैरह होते हैं ना, टूर्नामेंट वगैरह खेलते हैं।
सपोर्ट किसको कर रहे हैं आप?
मैं पेशावर ज़ल्मी को सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं खुद पठान हूँ, तो इसीलिए मैं उनको सपोर्ट करता हूँ।
ये देखें, आपका कैच यहाँ पे दिखा भी रहे हैं, बड़े आपने आसानी से लगता है कम, कोई बिल्कुल भी फेज नहीं लग रहा है,
बस क्या करें, खुद क्रिकेट खेलता हूँ ना, इसीलिए थोड़ा सा मतलब आपको कूल माइंडेड होना चाहिए, तभी आप मतलब कैच पकड़ सकते हैं।
चलें, एंजॉय करें अपना इनाम, ऑल द बेस्ट।
शुक्रिया शुक्रिया।
There we go. Pepsi catch a craw. He's caught it, and he caught it very well. I'm sure that was the first question. He just went, yeah. Caught it very
Look
nicely.
at those eyes. The man with the Dracula eyes.
No, they're not Dracula, Danny. These are green.
They're nasty.
No, I tell you what, he's a wonderful talent.
Some might say they're lovely eyes.
Well, I've used it a lot in the Bangladesh Premier League over the years.
It's Hastings now. He's got one ball remaining, and that will complete his fourth over. 1 for 25. Geez, pulled it back. 3 overs have gone for 7 after the first went for 18. It's 109 for 3. .33 from 24 balls remaining, and it's Zalmi's to lose. Been on track with this run chase, and there's 4 overs remaining, so just been going backwards a little bit in the last couple.
I get one, get another one here, and then if you get even another one, get 3, then hello. Little pigeons amongst it, scared.
The Shane Watson. 1 for 11 from 3. He's bowled 11 dots. He got a little bit of outswing with that new ball. And he's been hammered down to long off, right in front of us. And Wilco's nearly fallen off the chair. Wilco, get up there, son.
I was going this way.
He's a little bit shaky, the old Wilco.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm,
The young
I'm good.
Wilco.
I'm right here. Thank you. Right here. I reckon another wicket here, and we don't know about Darren Sam. We can't see him. I'm trying to see here whether he's got pads on. But if another wicket goes here, I mean, at the moment, Zalmi have got it covered, haven't they? There's only one winner here, Zalmi, with 33 wanted from 24. 1 wicket, I think, changes that equation.
Yeah, tight over here, and he's been hard to get away. It was a bit like what you were saying with Wahab Riaz finishing it out in the other innings. Just knew that he was on. He was going to be hard to put away. Watson's been hard to put away. Ooh. And that run rate required now, up over 8. So they need to find a boundary somewhere.
Or find a pole. Look at his tail. Love that tailing. Great scene.
Sorry, Danny, 26 balls since the last boundary, since the last 4.
Yeah, can happen.
There tends to be a long phase without a boundary, and then they'll smash a 6.
Yeah.
We're up over 100 sixes now in the HBL PSL 3. And so Sabir, what's he got? That's an edge, and often the edge can run so fine. Good fielding. Oh, it could be a run out. I think it is. I think he might be short of his ground. So they've come back for two. Brilliant fielding on the boundary rope.
Tamim Iqbal, the man who was set, is going to have to trudge back to the dressing room. Get one, you get two. Can they get three in a short space of time?
It never looked on. I didn't like this second run. Brilliant piece of fielding by Anwar Ali. The throw is magnificent. Oh, he's out the frame. Gonski on your way back. Fine innings by Tamim Iqbal, 37, but it's 112 for 4.
They're 112 for 4, 16.3 overs, and a run out can change the game, we know that, but just the wicket slows things down, it makes it harder. So Zalmi, all of a sudden, thought there were two there, but he was looking back the whole time. He cost himself 1.5 meters.
Absolutely.
And that throw was perfect after a perfect pickup. We're back live. Bang on target, Watson.
New batsman is Khalid Usman, the left arm spinner who bats, and this is brilliant by Anwar Ali. What a good fielder he is.
Bounce throw, crucial, and right on the money.
Cheers.
He was a good 1.5 meters out.
Another example of that fielding we're talking about. There's been a couple of catches down today. A couple were really tough though.
Yeah.
And one made it mid-off that should have taken it. But the fielding, that was great. There we go. There's the panic. That's the panic shot. This is where it starts to work for the fielding side. And Quetta, 13 dot balls in this. 1 to go. Watson's been brilliant today.
Oh, absolutely fantastic. Shane Watson has been for Quetta. 13 dot balls. That's over 2 overs alone from one bowler they've not scored from.
And that's to go with his 47 with the blade.
Yeah, pretty handy.
Yeah, from 32.
And Islamabad let him go, didn't they?
Silly old Dino.
Straight to third man. So, oh, misfield, costly. Only cost 1. Mind you, you don't want to give them away. 114 for 4. 3 to go.
Just trying to get the sound right here. It's a difficult technique here. Techniques. We've had a few gremlins in the system. We're trying to get it sorted. Got it done.
Back into Nawaz. He's bowled 2-1 for 11. And there'll be a thought here that the big shot's on offer. There needs to be 9.33 in the final 3 overs. And there's been a big stumble here from Zalmi. They were under control, but we're seeing it a lot in this tournament.
And Shane Watson's contributed to that. 4 overs, 13 dot balls, 1 for 16. Brilliant from Watson.
Well, you know, Hastings pulled it back, only went for 7 runs in 3 overs, having gone for 18 in his first.
Yeah.
So that was a massive turnaround
like last
there.
night, wasn't it? He pulled it back after going for 24.
If Quetta win, though, you can look at that run out and say, well, that's a massive turning point.
Absolutely.
And it's the other element of these short boundaries too, that you can misjudge a run sometimes coming back for a second because the throw is not as long as you would have got in Dubai.
But looking at these guys, a lot of the subcontinent players who've either played here a bit over time, particularly in this tournament, can judge the distance. Judging the distance and the softness where you've been measured and pumped it into a little bit of a gap there, and Sabir did that beautifully.
Just felt, didn't you, after the Quetta innings, that this was going down to the wire. It's just that 141, it's that total. You can win with it, but you can get chased down as well.
Sevens.
I do like watching Nawaz bowl. He's just got a classical left arm spin action.
Oh,
what
he's left-handed, is he?
Come on, yes. WinViz predictor, look at that. Quetta to win this. 68%, it's gone much more in their favour. Is he going to bat? Yeah, he's got them on. The pads
that
are
camera
on.
behind the seat there. Oh, they'll be pushing hard, trying for two. That man really nestled back on the rope as you have to be.
Just looking out and then up in the dressing room. Darren Sammy, the when he can...
Big shot coming. Nicely played. Just the one again. Needed to thread it through. That was right in front of us. You could see the gaps. But he... No, she just saw a shot of you.
Alan Wilkins.
14.
So just the single there again. It's working nicely. 118 for 4. 2 balls remaining. No, it's been Misley, isn't it? So you just feel there's a big shot coming. Can they get it away? They need this shot to be, get the momentum back for the final 2 overs. If this one can be buried over the rope.
It's been 35 balls since we've had a 4. 35. It's almost 6 overs.
Nawaz, last one.
Here he comes. He was looking to go skyward and long, but it's another single. It's hurting Zalmi in this chase. We got 2 overs remaining and 22 runs required.
It's come down to 11th. It had been cruising around 7, and then it's sort of just under 6s fractionally. Then it went back up to 6.5s, and then it was hovering at just over 7s. Suddenly it's gone from 7s, it seems like just a moment ago, to 11s. Nature of the beast, T20. Yeah, loving it big time. A terrific Thursday night, looking forward to fabulous Friday, then it's Super Saturday, so watch out.
HBL, the box, the Royal box. They're going off! All right, so we're into the final 2 overs, 22 runs required. We've got the dugouts to the left of us. We've got the Quetta dugout close. Viv's looking a little nervous. He's patting the manager's back. He's been up, he's been pumping up the players. And beyond that, we've got Zalmi, and they're looking nervous. It's tense. It's a good delivery. Rahat with big responsibility. Big responsibility. Got to get it up there. Don't get on the legs. He's gone on the legs a couple of times.
And what's wrong with a classic old Yorker? Get it in the hole, no leverage underneath, and those 3 things sticking in the ground, they get all nice and red and lit up.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
37 balls since we've had a 4. That's over 6 overs, and 24 balls since we've had a 6.
Well, they need one now. Got to find the boundary somehow. Got to give themselves something to go with in the final phase of this game. They chew up another couple of balls and it gets really desperate. it's Sam there, the youngster. He's been having a wow of a time. You can just see that he's overjoyed, living out a boyhood dream to be here. 21
from 11.
We've got a long on right in front of us. Everyone pushed back on the inner ring. A man on the boundary rope around the ground.
Oh.
And he goes for a nice little guide. He gets it away. There's some relief. There's the boundary they're after.
Sabir, because we care, made it look easy. Premeditated, went for the sanction crusher, didn't miss it by much, to be fair. Rahat Ali, he can't believe it, but he's going to have to.
It's not a bad delivery, really. He was up there in the block hole. Premeditation. It was just that low full toss. It was going to hit leg stump if he missed it. So to the batter there, Sabir. So 17 now. Oh, is he going to nip? He has it. He's been taken in the deep. He's been taken in the deep, and Viv is going off. Viv Richards is high-fiving everyone in front of him.
You could have heard a pin drop when the bowler was running in, and then when Sabir Rahman, going for that leg side boundary, finds the fielder. Umar Amin takes the catch, and Viv, go Viv, come on. This is on a knife edge. Sabir's gone for 11, it's 125 for 5.
The captain's out there.
There he is. There he is. Well, I thought it was Alan Wilkins in the Zalmi gear when he started hobbling out. But this is the skipper. He's at the non-strikers, and there won't be any quick singles, let me tell you. Viv is up. Viv is pumped. West Indian style.
Dot balls. Absolute gold. And this, well, it was there. It was a full P on the legs. Could have gone out onto the road, this one.
It was there, wasn't it? I mean, if you want anything to get up and under, it was there. And it was not timed, a little bit more, it would have been over. He couldn't believe it, because that's exactly where he wanted it. It was a freebie. It was a freebie. So it's coming down to 17 from 8. 17 from 8. Down he comes. Yorker! Corker Yorker.
Wilco? She's well bowled, wasn't it? Oh, got a bit of swing on that.
Will you imagine if Darren Sammy gets his team home? You watch him here. How's he going?
Oh, look at Sammy.
He's got the hop on. That's terrible to watch.
Does that count as a run?
Well, he's...
Oh, poor Darren Sammy. Goodness me.
He's in real strife.
Yeah.
Imagine if he gets his team home. One of the bravest efforts you'll see.
There he is, tough.
16. He's going to have to swivel on that 1 foot. 16 now. Last ball of the over. It's a big ask from here.
Massive.
Come on, Darren. Oh, he's got it! Yeah! It's gone all the way, the skipper! He's on one leg, the big fella!
It's 132 for 5!
Look at that powerhouse bottom hand, Wilco.
Bottom hand. Sammy, Sammy, Sammy. He's better on one leg than two.
Okay. Oh, it's good over this. 1 over remaining. Okay, so we just had the huddle. Quetta have got together, Danny, and they're working on every ball as we look at Darren Sammy on one leg. Has struck it so well down the ground for 6. And that's got them to 10 off the final 6. 10 runs now.
Yeah, well, it's game on massively. Said it was at 11s. It's come down to 10 off the final one. Are we going down to a big final delivery?
Well, the thing is, he can't take the quick singles. He's got to hop. So it's a case of get the throw in there. There's a run out on, obviously.
6 and out.
Could be 6 and out. There's tension. We've come down to the final over. It always had that feeling. Probably the best game we've had so far. Here we go. Low full toss. And he's hopping. There's only one there. He's struggling so much, Darren Sammy.
He's certainly not coming back for 2.
Big fella.
Big guy.
He's not in good shape, is he? But he's out there. And he is going to bring this stadium down if he can get them home. I know there's some Quetta supporters here, but it's this sort of courage that gets you, you're on board with him.
And Zalmi, last year's champs, Bataan in the house, you better believe it. There's so many of them in this region. The Bataans here in Sharjah, they've come out in force, and now they're seeing their captain Marvel, who's come out on one leg to try and finish it. I say 6 and out, Slats. He's just hit one. Now he's back on strike.
Well, Anwar's got the responsibility. The length is crucial. If he gets it too full, he could be pumped down the ground again. Oh! Or if he gets it too short, Darren Sammy! You one-legged genius!
Sitting back there, it was almost telegraphed. And a full one, this had to be short, said Darren Sammy. And wow, talk about fatting it. He's got all of it.
That's ridiculous batting. He's got the length. He didn't get the full length. It sat up and he rolled with it. He's got one good leg to swivel on. And away it goes. 3 from 4. They should get home from here.
Oh, talk about drama. And the hype here in Sharjah. Loving it.
3 from 4. Darren Sammy. It would have been debated. Should I bat? What do I do with this knee? Protect it? Just short of the man, no run. 3 from 3.
And we're on the edge.
Mate, I thought that was down the ground for 4. I thought that was down the ground for 4 all the way. He hobbles down. So really, when you think about it, 3 singles, 3 quick singles get them over the line. But he can't take the singles unless it's hit to the man in the deep.
And so Khalid's come down and says, Skip, I'm leaving it over to you.
What about crawling? Is crawling quicker? The pressure's on the bowler because Darren Sammy is thinking one thing, big. 3 to win. Here we go. Smacked it down the ground. It's 4 a victory. And here come the players. And why wouldn't they? Peshawar Zalmi from nowhere. That is extraordinary. One of the most courageous innings you'll see.
This is without doubt the game, the match of PSL 3. Take a bow, Darren Sammy. Everyone is on their feet here in Sharjah, and rightly so. Captain inspiration, you better believe it.
17 from 5, Danny. He's gone out there, he's hobbled, he's hopped through a couple of singles. He's hit 2 massive 6s and then a 4 down the ground to bring his team home. We mightn't see him again in the competition. The fact is, how bad's that knee?
And to me, it seems like ligament damage. If he's hobbling out there like that and wants to get out with it strapped, I'd be going to say off to an MRI and let's have a look. Brilliant. What an innings.
And all that Quetta can do here is appreciate what they've just witnessed. Here we go again, down the ground. He's got the big back lift. And it was just power. You had mid on, mid off, up. And out comes the celebration. That is what this game's all about. You don't want injury, but you want courage and you want passion.
And you want drama, and I tell you what, we've got it in bucket loads here this evening. You couldn't have scripted it better. Well, maybe down to the last ball, and off Viv, you know it.
I watched Viv straight after. He bows the head, but then he got up and he said to the players around him, we got beaten by that man right at the end. Because they were out of it, Quetta, and then they got back into it, and then probably should have won it. But it is 143 for 5, and Zalmi get home through the courage of their skipper.
Oh, how good is it? How good is this game when you throw in a couple of scenarios where the skipper himself gets injured and has to go out and finally get them over the line? Look at it. Look at the scene and how much it means. Oh, yeah.
Say you love his smile. He's always smiling, Darren Sammy. Always smiling. Viv, if anyone's going to appreciate that hitting, it's Sir Vivian Richards.
Oh, yeah. There's the coach, Mohamed Akram. Great embrace. They know what it's like to go all the way. They won last year, the final of PSL 2 in Lahore.
They needed the win too, Zalmi, didn't they? Otherwise it'd been 1 win, 3 losses. They needed that win tonight.
Good call.
Quetta have got a roll on, but it has been extraordinary. And talk about draw the crowd in.